Thanks for your support as a channel member, John Howell. I know I'm saying it every episode, but goodness me, do I appreciate the fact that we're still smashing through 2,000 likes every episode. Usually well through it as well. It is amazing. I've never seen a series go down as well as this one on the channel before. It is awesome. Thank you for the support. It almost makes me as happy as the fact that I've currently got an A+ rating in my Club Vision thing in the game. Almost. But if we can keep that 2,000 likes going again on today's episode, that will be cool too. Thank you. Hello and welcome to part 7 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have 2 games in the league for you. We're at home against Gateshead and Leamington. Since you were last with me, for goodness sake, this has gone back again. I don't understand. Why is that resetting constantly? I have got it saved. I have put this on the Steam Workshop as well. So there's now 2 LOLLUJO views. One for the fixtures page and one for the squad view. The squad view one stays in place, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't understand. I mean, that's a good reason to... I know it's super easy to set this up yourself, but if yours is resetting constantly like mine, you can now subscribe to the LOLLUJO view on the Steam Workshop and just click back to it every time you need to. I don't understand. We had been running excellent form. Consecutive wins for a long time. I won Manager of the Month in both November and December. January hasn't gone quite so well. We lost to Darlington in the league. We then also lost to Aldershot in the FA Trophy. We have recovered with a win against Chester, so hopefully that was just a little bit of a blip and not the start of poor form, but it did coincide with the departure of former captain Michael Clunan, who's now gone to Macclesfield, who are bottom of League 2, but he has gone there and is playing. And it's the start of what is a bit of a weird relationship we're developing with Macclesfield, because just after he left, they agreed to let us have this guy on loan for the rest of the season. Ben Stevens, attacking midfielder or striker, natural at both. We don't have to pay him a penny. He's 4.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. He's been virtually ever present for them all season, and they've just loaned him out to us. Obviously, scored on his debut. What's even crazier, I mean, this Macclesfield thing is weird, is this guy, Fiacre Kelleher, similar situation. They've agreed to let us have him for nothing. No money paid. He's played almost every game for them this season. We just need him to agree and come through. But we might have an absolute superstar centre-back coming in for us as well. It's baffling. I can only assume they've just got a new manager. They are bottom of the league. They got a new manager 2 months ago nearly, who is still continuing to play these players. If we have a look, how do you look at the team they're picking on here? I don't usually look at other teams in this way. I just want to see the team they played in the last game. Here we go. So he is playing. He is still starting, but they've accepted an offer to loan him to us. Absolutely baffling, but I'm not going to argue with it. Look at the state of that. Goodness me. But we might have our second Macclesfield player arriving for no money and no wages paid. And they took Michael Clunan off of us, who was earning a lot of money. Chris Henderson has also left the club on a free transfer. He's gone to Spennymoor, and all of that means that we're currently still just outside the wage budget, but there are a number of players we're trying to get rid of. If we just sort this according to appearances, you'll see there's a lot of players on the transfer list. Michael Gash now on the transfer list, because with having Stevens in the club, we just don't need as many players as we've got who can play up front or in attacking midfield. We've obviously got Marriott, we've got Danaher, we've got Aaron Sibia, we've got Carter. They can all play in them sort of positions, so we don't need Gash as well. And he's earning a lot of money. He's on £450 a week. So if we can get that money into the kitty, that will be handy. With Jordan Richards, Sam Kelly, Ryan Jarvis, there's a few players on non-contract who I'm not that bothered about pushing out. We'll just keep them in for numbers. But pretty much anyone who's not playing a lot of games now, Ryan Jarvis in particular, I just want rid of. £300 a week, and I have no intention of ever using him. And if we can clear some of that out, we can start making some more moves in the transfer market again that don't just involve loaning players from Macclesfield. But this is what the league table looks like. We are joint top on 51 points. after our incredible run of form. We've got a game in hand on Kidderminster as well, because there's been a couple of instances of games being postponed because of waterlogged pitches at our place. We are below sea level, so that will happen, I guess. And Adam Marriott is finally the top scorer in the Vanarama National League North. He's not scoring as many goals as he's scored in real life, but now has 15 league goals plus 4 in the cup, so 19 goals from 34 starts in all competitions is not to be sniffed at. So let's get into the Gateshead game first of all. Hopefully we'll bring our new centre back in between the two games. But for now, we get to have a look at Stevens playing as an attacking midfielder for now, because Danaher is still doing all right. I mean, he's scored 8 goals this season now in all competitions, so I don't want to push him straight out of the team. But it does mean Aaron Sibia drops down to the bench for today. I'm on alert that Carter might be recalled at any time, because his manager has still got a grumpy on that I'm playing him as a ball-winning midfielder rather than a shadow striker. But hopefully we'll just not notice until the transfer window closes in a week's time. We just need to get to the end of the transfer window, then he can't be recalled. But we are in the danger area with him at the moment if the Stevenage manager continues to have a grumpy on. So we're going with Watkins in goal, a back three of Fryatt, Macaulay and Smith, Kenyon and Jones as our wing-backs, Payne and Carter in midfield, New Boy Stevens behind Danaher and Marriott. Let's get into the game. And let's hopefully record another win. I would like to end today's episode, new defender in, within wage budget and top of the league. I don't think that's too much to ask. Teams such as ours should be winning this with no problem at all. Yeah, I think that's fair. Gateshead are very much in a relegation battle. Or they were. Where are they? Why can't I find Gateshead? Oh, there they are. Down in 17th place. I knew they were when I was planning this episode, but now I couldn't find them. So, I mean, I say they're in a relegation battle. They're down in the bottom part of the league, but they're actually well clear. It looks like Brackley and Curzon Ashton are all but down already. But we're pushing for automatic promotion. As much as, obviously, we'd be over the moon with the playoffs this year, the playoffs at this level, certainly if you don't finish top 3, are a pain in the backside, because there's no home and away semi-final. You have it's like a 3-round thing if you finish 6th or 7th. Playoffs are difficult at this level. We'd rather just go up automatically if we're going up. But obviously either will be great, because we're only supposed to finish top half of the table this year. Carter now on the edge of the area, plays it into Stevens. Your first chance to have a look at Ben Stevens. Jones plays it into Carter. Carter back to Jones again. We've got men lining up in the middle to nod this in. If the cross comes in, it goes over all of them, and Danaher goes out wide, plays it back to Kenyon. Let's cross it again. He does. It goes to Jones. That's a terrible header. There was a foul in there, wasn't there? Have we just won a penalty? We have. I mean, I didn't even see the incident happen. We've not been given a replay, but Adam Marriott's going to step up and put us 1-0 up. That was such a soft penalty to give away for Gateshead. But I don't care, because Marriott's just got his 20th goal of the season, and that puts us back up level on points with Kidderminster again, who have already gone ahead in their game. So in fact, it puts us ahead of them. So they must have, whoever they're playing must have equalised, because I noticed they went ahead a second ago. Payne's taking a free kick and scores. What a goal from Alfie Payne. We've seen Burrows do it a couple of times this year off of the bench. Alfie Payne, that's the first time I've seen him get to hit a free kick, and it's his first ever goal for Kings Lynn, and it's an absolute beauty. What a free kick from Alfie Payne, and as almost from nowhere, we've gone 2-0 up in this match in the space of a couple of minutes. We're absolutely dominating it, and what was going on, and Altrincham have equalised against Kidderminster. So as it stands, if everything finishes as it is, we end the match top of the league with a game in hand, which is an absolutely sensational position to find ourselves in. Stevens now plays it to Jones. In fact, it's a poor pass. Jones does well to keep hold of it. Carter, ball over the top for Marriott to chase. Adam Marriott's in again. Surely he scores. He does. Goal number 21 for Adam Marriott. Ever since he signed his new contract, he's looked like the player I thought I had all along. And we're finally starting to get the goal machine that we all wanted. I love a goal machine in non-league. It's a wonderful thing. Kidderminster have just got ahead in their game again. So as we score, we've actually dropped back down to second. But still with that game in hand, still with Kidderminster to play, still with a lot of football to play. So we're not going to worry too much about dropping down to second whilst level on points at this point, because as long as we're above 10th, we're doing what the board are hoping for. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, I am currently on an A+ on the board's view of my performance as manager. Even though we are slightly over the wage budget, I think everything else balances it out. They love the signings we've made, and they love the fact that we're pushing for automatic promotion, never mind a top half finish. And bearing in mind, there was a lot of players that I don't really plan on using. A lot. I don't want to call it deadwood, because I know there's a lot of people from Kings Lynn watching, but there was a lot of players here that I didn't really want, that I've kind of had to freeze out and not been able to move on. I don't think I've done too bad at managing the wage budget either. Right, we are going to bring Gash on. We've brought Gash and Aaron Sibia on. I mean, that's a nice substitution to be able to make. Bring those two on with 20 minutes to go in a game we're already dominating. They're two players who've been a key part of the first half of the season for us. So we are slowly but surely starting to build a little bit of strength in depth. We still don't have very much at the back here. Barrow's still playing out of position fairly regularly as a centre-back, even though he's much better suited to playing as a wing-back and hitting those free kicks. But fingers crossed, that's a position we're about to fix. Hopefully, like I say, before the next match, if we can bring this lad in from Macclesfield, Kelleher, that'll be... I mean, that's two... What a month of business with Macclesfield that'll be. They've lowered our wage bill, taken a fringe player, and loaned us for free two first-team nailed-on starters, which is... Thank you, Macclesfield. I'm glad you're rubbish. Michael Gash scores to make it 4-0, a 7th goal of the season, and we are back to the top of the league again. Kidderminster have obviously just conceded another equaliser, and it's looking good, isn't it? I'm getting excited. Who knew tiki-taka could work at this level? That's the big headline. If you weren't here for the early episodes when we were fiddling with tactics and trying to work out what to do, firstly, go back and watch them, for goodness sake. Watch the whole series. We're still early enough for you to easily catch up at this point. But yeah, I was mocked when I started using a tiki-taka, and it seems that it works at this level. Certainly when you have the quality of players that we've got in some of these positions. It's 4-0. What a result. We got away with that today. No, I'm very pleased with that result. That was amazing. Hopefully we now do it again against Leamington. But I'd like our new defender to arrive first. So fingers crossed, we'll be about to introduce you to him. They've changed their mind. I thought they'd already accepted it. I'm pretty sure when we did this suggestion, it met what they wanted. But it looks like we're not getting him after all, which is a shame. But at least we got one. Sad now. Just the one change for the Leamington game then. Aaron Sibia comes in for Carter. Again, just to play in the ball-winning midfielder role. It doesn't really suit him, but it doesn't really suit Carter either, and both of them seem to do all right at it. And it just allows us to play Stevens, Danaher and Marriott together, which, as you saw in that last game, works really rather well. So we'll bring him in for today's game. There's a lot of three at the back at this level. It certainly seems to be the cool formation to play in non-league this year. We should... a lot of you... Oh, there you go. We've got the chance to... A lot of you will be keen to avenge what happened last time. We're assertively doing some avenging. Excellent, excellent stuff. This is our game in hand. This is our game in hand on Kidderminster as well, looking at this. So obviously a win here today would be massive, because it starts to open up a gap at the top of the table. And there's George Danaher, 6 minutes on the clock, a 9th goal of the season now for him. I told you all he'd end up being good. You all doubted him, but I was always a Danaher fan. Always had 100% faith in him every step of the way, and he's repaid it once again. It's a lovely header, and he's getting dangerously close to double figures for goals this year now. It's so good. We're going to see the replay 50 times. Obviously, he's onside. Goodness me. Skip that nonsense. 5 points clear at the top of the league if things end as they are now, which is not a position I expected to find us in at this stage of the season. But then I guess, Kings Lynn are doing quite well in real life, aren't they? So it is a little bit different to the situation we found ourselves in non-league to legend in previous years. Marriott's in again, goal number 22. He's scoring for fun now. But I do want to keep remembering everybody. this is what happens when I try and record a video on a Saturday. I can't do it. I'm used to working Monday to Friday. This is complicated. I can't speak at the weekends. But I don't even know what I was trying to say. I've lost my mind. I've lost my mind. I'm so happy. Remember, we were only supposed to finish top half of the table. So this is a huge overperformance. I am a hero. That's the important thing that we have to keep reminding ourselves. 69% possession in those first 30 minutes. Leamington haven't even had a shot yet. We have turned into a very, very good football team. But remember, there is still the danger that if we pick up an injury to one of these defenders, we haven't got any more. we don't have any other centre-backs at the club. So these three are playing every game without fail, and they're just going to have to keep doing it and not get injured and not get suspended. That is crucially important. And also, if we were to lose someone like Marriott or Payne, or even either of the two wing-backs, Jones and Kenyon, they're all absolutely crucial to making the system work the way it does. So it's not a foregone conclusion that we're going to go on and win the league and get automatic promotion from this point. It's not like when you're managing maybe 2 or 3 divisions up the pyramid and you get to this point in January and you're 5 points clear and you think, we just got to not mess up from here. We could still end up finishing mid-table through no fault of my own. Marriott's offside there, but it's another tidy little finish from Adam Marriott. So the goal now is just stay injury-free, stay suspension-free, keep winning football matches. I'm not asking much, just those three things, and we'll be absolutely fine. Oh, I'm getting nervous. What's the best first season of Non-League Legend we've ever had? I know, was it at Boston in the very first year? Did we get promoted first year of Boston? I think we did. And then did we get relegated or did I leave before I got sacked? I know once we got promoted, it didn't go particularly well. I don't think we've ever had a first season promotion anywhere else. So this could be, again, if it carries, certainly, what are we, episode 7? This could be the most successful first 7 episodes of Non-League Legend I've ever had. We're going to bring Carter on for Stevens, stick Aaron Sibia a bit further forward again, and just Ryan Fryatt can come off, rest him. I'm forever swapping these back 3 around because none of them really want to do the in the middle part, the covering. So I just, it's part of my master plan to get them all decent average ratings because I think that's important, is rotate who gets to play in the central role because whoever plays there doesn't play very well. I know the idea is you would play the fastest one there probably for covering, but none of them are particularly quick. So I just rotate around who gets to have the poor rating. Jones now on the right-hand side. Cross comes in. Kenyon eventually gets there via the poor clearance from Leamington. It goes all the way back to Jones again. Aaron Sibby is in, and it's a 7th goal of the season for him, and he's doing the hands-on-hips celebration. What an arrogant man, but it doesn't matter because it's the 7th goal for him. Remember, we signed him to play as a winger, and he's turned into an absolute superstar shadow striker for us, which I say turned into. That was his natural position when we signed him. My plan was play him out of position on the wing all year. But his signing is one of the key reasons why we switched to this system, to try and get the best out of him. Smith now with the header that goes just wide. Club captain now, Smith, with the departure of Clunan. I think I mentioned that in the last episode. And we're going to make our final change. We're going to take off Marriott, bring on Gash, swap those 2 over, and just give Marriott a little bit of a rest. He's done his job again today. Gash obviously scored in the last game, so it's good to give him a little bit more game time. Keep him in the shop window, because at his age and on his salary, I'm still very keen to move him on. And if other teams see him scoring goals for the team that's top of the league, then hopefully that will encourage them to take him, because I had another look at Kelleher with Macclesfield. They now want us to pay 20% of his wages. We can afford 10%, apparently, which is £90 a week. If we can find another £90 a week to get it up to 180, we can do the 20% and we can sign him. So I really am keen to move Gash or Jarvis, or, I mean, I guess they're the 2 who I'm most keen to move on, just to free up that tiny little bit of extra money so that we can get Kelleher in before the deadline. And I know the deadline in January doesn't apply to us, but I think it applies to Macclesfield loaning him out. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I think we've got to do it in the next few days. So We need these players to leave. Please. Right, we will be back tomorrow with something around here probably. We could potentially do Boston again. Kidderminster's a big game, but I don't necessarily want to show you that. I don't want to come back one game later. I think we'll probably do something around here and then something around here, and hopefully be celebrating a promotion on Tuesday. That would be lovely. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave the nice big thumbs up on there for us. We're aiming for 2,000 likes again on this video. So please help us get there. It does really help to support the channel, support the series. And to be really honest, it really motivates me to make more videos and sit here on a Saturday afternoon recording Sunday's video, which I wouldn't normally do. So keep those coming in. Subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, and thank you very much for watching.